In the heart of southeastern Turkey, high atop the rugged Taurus Mountains, stands one of history's strangest and least understood monuments, a massive, windswept tomb built by a man who dared to immortalize himself as a god. This is Mount Nemrut, a sacred temple, a royal tomb, and possibly a failed bid for godhood. But what drove a king to carve gods from stone, fuse cultures into one mythology, and entomb his legacy above the clouds? This is the story of King Antiochus I and the sacred mystery of Mount Nemrut, a tale of ambition, identity, and divine delusion. The Mountain of the Gods. Mount Nemrut rises over 2,100 meters above sea level in modern-day Turkey. It is more than just a mountain, it's a monument. It was once the religious and political heart of the Kingdom of Commagene, a forgotten realm wedged between the great powers of Rome and Persia. And on its summit stands a massive artificial mound of crushed rock, 50 meters high and 150 meters in diameter, flanked by stone giants, now decapitated, scattered, and frozen in time. The king who would be divine. The man behind this mountain was King Antiochus I Theos Dikaios Epiphanes Philaromios Philhellon. His name alone tells you everything. Just and eminent god, friend of Romans, and friend of the Greeks. But Antiochus wasn't just claiming friendship. He was claiming divinity. In 62 BC, he built Mount Nemrut not just as a tomb, but as a gateway between the mortal world and the heavens. The Kingdom of Commagene. Commagene was a cultural crossroads, part Persian, part Greek, part Armenian, part Syrian. It was a bridge between East and West, and Antiochus was determined to unite these worlds in his own person. He traced his lineage to Darius the Great of Persia and to Alexander the Great of Macedon, and he used both to legitimize his claim to rule and divinity. A hierothesian, temple and tomb. Mount Nemrut is known as a hierothesian, a sacred structure that was both a temple and a tomb. Antiochus was preparing not only for death but for worship. He wanted future generations to climb this mountain and pray to him. And that's exactly what the site was built to inspire. Chapter 5. The Throne of Giants. The eastern and western terraces of Mount Nemrut each hold 5 massive enthroned statues, 8 to 10 meters tall. The central figure in each set is Antiochus himself. But to either side sit gods, composites of east and west. One statue fuses Zeus and Ahura-Mazda, the supreme deities of Greece and Persia. Another unites Apollo with Mithras. Heracles merges with Varathragna, the Iranian god of victory. And the goddess Commagene fuses with Atargatis, the Syrian divine mother. Fusion of mythologies. Why did Antiochus do this? Because he wasn't just building statues. He was building a unified religion, a mythological blend to bind his people together under one king, one pantheon, and one destiny. This syncretism wasn't new. Alexander the Great had done it before, but Antiochus took it to unprecedented heights, casting himself as the divine bridge between empires. The Lost Ceremony of Kings. At the eastern terrace, a great altar faces the rising sun. Here, it's believed, dawn rituals and sacrifices took place. Imagine it, a king-priest, surrounded by colossal gods, addressing the heavens in a voice carried by mountain winds. Below this altar are steely, carved stone slabs, depicting Antiochus shaking hands with the gods. He is not their servant. He is their equal. Astronomy and the lion stela. Among the ruins lies a peculiar sculpture, the lion stela. It shows stars and planets, believed to mark the exact astronomical alignment on the day Mount Nemrut was consecrated. To Antiochus, the cosmos wasn't just background, it was the stage for his apotheosis. The mystery of the North Terrace. Curiously, the North Terrace was left empty. It contains stone pedestals, but no statues. Was this unfinished? Or was it intentional? Some believe Antiochus left room for his descendants to become gods, allowing them to complete the monument. Others believe the project was abandoned after his death. His son, Mithridates II, built his own tomb instead. Desecration or earthquake. When Western explorers first visited Mount Nemrut in the 19th century, they found the colossal heads toppled and scattered. Was it an earthquake that brought the statues down? Or did early Christians or Muslims desecrate the site to erase a pagan past? We may never know. But the shattered gods lend the place a tragic, surreal beauty, a ruined Olympus in the clouds. Is Antiochus really buried here? Despite the monument size, Antiochus' tomb has never been found. Archaeologists believe it lies within the central mound, but the mound is made of loose stone, impossible to excavate without destroying it. Is his body really here? Or was the whole structure symbolic, a tomb not for bones, but for immortality through memory? Legacy of a forgotten god-king. Today, Mount Nemrut stands as one of the world's greatest ancient enigmas. It is the summit of one man's vanity, vision, and spiritual ambition. Antiochus dreamed of eternal worship, but was ultimately forgotten by history. Now, 2,000 years later, we rediscover him, his stone gods, and his celestial throne. In the end, Mount Nemrut is not just a tomb, it's a monument to the human desire to be remembered, to reach beyond death, and to become part of something greater. If this journey into the ancient mind of a king who tried to become a god fascinated you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to uncover more forgotten corners of history and mythology. Do you think Antiochus succeeded in becoming a god, or was he just another mortal dreaming too big? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Mount Nemrut is a riddle in stone, a ruined temple on a remote peak, a forgotten king's bold bid for immortality. And it still whispers one question to us across time. How far would you go to be remembered?